One that's afraid to let go. You decide if you're ever gonna let me know. Suicide. If you ever try to let go. Yeah, I'm sad and low. Yeah, I'm sad, I know. Yeah, who am I? Someone that's afraid to let go. You decide if you're ever gonna let me know. Suicide. If you ever try to let go. Yeah, I'm sad and low. Yeah, I'm sad, I know. Yeah. I'm sad, I know, yeah.
Sad. The song serves its purpose, girl. I'm sad. Welcome, you guys. We are back. We are back on the normal day. From now on, that we will be discussing The Last of Us Monday. It is a whole lot to talk about. Before we get into all the heavy, Ashley, how are you doing?
Baby, the kids are not all right, Tyra. I was preclimped last night. I was clutching pearls. I was making midnight posts on the TikTok because that's how strongly I felt about what I witnessed. Damn it, Dane. Everybody's not a gamer. Everyone didn't know. I personally was watching last night like it was damn Game of Thrones, and this is when one of the most pivotal things happened. And I was floored. I was shocked. I said, no, not yet. I'm not ready for this. Y'all got to slow roll us in here to think that this little inept 90210 reject, mousy apple cider vinegar heifer,
I knew a heifer was coming,
that he would fall at her hands after he saved your trifling a life. You got to be kidding me. I'm outdone, Tyra. There's a ton to talk about, but I'm not, no, nothing's okay. The world is not right yet. It's not. I won't be satisfied until Ellie chops them up one by one.
all of them, not just
All
her,
of
not
them.
just Abby, everybody.
All
The
of them.
one, whoever the little thug was who kicked Ellie in her gut while she was down, I need him to die tonight. I am. I really like the fact that we aren't gamers, so we really don't know what's coming. Any predictions you get here or what we're thinking about is really genuine. I don't play any video games, let alone The Last of Us. So I was genuinely surprised. I was really surprised with us following him like forever and a day. You couldn't tell me that he wasn't, a prominent person who was going to always stick around. And I'm concerned for the show now that he's not there because where do we go from here?
Baby.
But keeping with that same energy, Ashley, overall thoughts of this episode. What were you thinking about?
Just when I was like, okay, what are we doing? What are we doing, The Last of Us? Because y'all know after watching episode 1, I was like, okay, this is different. This is veering off from what we experienced in the first season, and I wasn't sure. But baby, when I tell you this gave me epic fantasy, this gave me Game of Thrones. Like it when you were entrenched in Game of Thrones is what it gave, from like the whole White Walkers to the Wall to Ned. It gave everything I want in TV. This was a great episode of TV last night. From the battle for Jackson, honey, with Bobby up there doing his big one. I mean, going commando to, damn it, the 90210 kids, to even Abby and Dina freezing to death. Like, I was here for all of this, baby. Once the damn White Walkers, and they're not White Walkers, once the damn clickers or whoever they are
Is that a Game of Thrones reference?
yes, once they came up out the snow, I said, "Oh, this we're cooking." I said, "We're cooking." We're cooking with hot grease. I think they did a fantastic job in storytelling this episode. But was I devastated? Absolutely. Was I sad? Did it keep me up for a couple hours after? Yes, Tyra. But a great episode of TV. This was good TV.
Now, I am in no way familiar with Game of Thrones, but as far as what I've heard in comparison, that's all I said. Oh, this is the Game of Thrones showdown. Like, oh, it was Game of Thrones. I was like, well, hell, maybe I need to go over there and see what's happening in the Targaryen streets. The sheer magnitude of this episode was crazy. It was very, very unexpected. I don't follow a whole lot. I don't look at a whole lot of videos because I just don't care to. But what I do know is the most complaints that were had about that first season was, of course, Ellie not looking like Ellie, them not agreeing with the character, or the fact that they felt like there wasn't enough infected running around last season, and we spent too much time kind of elsewhere. Where are the infected people? Where are the herds? Where's the ick in The Last of Us? They said, okay, say less. Say less. We're going to bombard you literally with all the infected that you would ever want to see, and it was just really great. Like, the production wise, it was very, very satisfying. While all of this amazement was happening, I was breaking down into little pieces because we were losing Joel. And I honestly don't know how to feel about it. Like, all the little gaming, and y'all talking about it, there wasn't no state secret. Might as well have been. Y'all don't sit on nothing else. Y'all be sure to say something. I had never heard at any point that Joel was not a consistent character and that he was going to die soon. I didn't know that. Didn't nobody tell me nothing.
No, and looking good this season. I said, Joel, you better come over here being fine just to get taken out in episode 2. I knew that Joel was a vehicle, right? I knew that he was intermingled with Ellie and all of that. I did not think this was going to happen. I thought we were going to see at least till the end. You know what I mean? Even if he had to die at the end, I did not expect this episode 2. I did not. Say
that. I think for Ellie to evolve and for us to maybe push forward, I knew that eventually he had to go. Joel always gave borrowed time anyway, and there was always life hanging in the balance. But I expected, like, oh, third season, we lost Joel. To get that, not like second episode, second season. Baby. What the hell are y'all? What the hell, Ante, Halle Berry? What is happening? I was very sad. Thank you so much, Dane, for the $2. Abby is supposed to be a buff imposing figure. Yeah, we're gonna get into Miss Abby here. Okay. But yeah, I definitely was not ready. But speaking of Abby and starting with her, we get into her character. They have to really drive it home because we literally just met her an episode ago. And we don't know much. We do know that the massacre at the hospital, we were sure that, she knew somebody. It was a father. She had rhyme to reason as to why we were trying to track down Joel. But we open the episode and don't go in there. His brains are on the floor. She's talking to her younger self. And it's just like, I don't even get reprieve in my own dreams. I'm having nightmares. It's just to really drive home why she needs this so badly. Like, she really can't get away from this, and Joel has to die tonight. But leaving that, we really get into the tea of where she is when she wakes up and where this team was. We were misplaced and wrong about a whole lot of stuff, but not this team. Not this team, because from the first episode, they gave, we really don't want to be a part of this. We really could care, I don't want to say could care less, but we are here as an extension of Abby. But when push comes to shove, you said we weren't going to hurt anybody, Frankie. I really don't want to kill anybody. But it ain't even really just about killing anybody or getting a hold of Joel. We wake up, it's the crack of dawn, and we can really see, It's not a little shanty town with a couple of tents, little barbed wire fence. No, we have a whole town, a whole group of people with a whole lot of backing, whole lot of ammo, whole lot of muscle that we're ill equipped for. Of course, we have the little boyfriend on the side or whatever he is to her. You know what? Just chill, okay? Got a little idea, got something bubbling under that we can maybe try. Yeah, hopefully we can get her to change her damn mind because we are ill equipped and unprepared, and we're not here. It's very troublesome the way that these flunkies just follow her. I'll be interested to get more into her or even their backing as to why we are just so dedicated. If we were to follow through with, from what I see as far as the writing, it was supposed to be what we thought, Ashley, where we had that first episode and they were like, well, the refugees and we need to be picky. They were supposed to enter the town as refugees, which I would have preferred because we could have really seen what you guys were working with versus what we got here. But for whatever reason, the writers say, you know what, it's not as fun. We don't have a lot of movement. We're going to make it go here to where kind of Joel just falls into Abby's lap by happenstance instead of that. But how did you feel about this weak squad and them following Abby into death? Because that's what was going to happen if we went away with that plan. But yeah, we're here and we're not prepared.
Oh, we're still following them into death because have no qualms about it. Be under no delusion. Ellie is going to get it back in blood. When I tell you they released the spawn of Satan when they did this, when I saw my girl beg and say, please don't, and y'all played in her face, like, I'm sorry, I'm getting off track, but back to these broke off 90210 rejects. I'm over every single one of them because here's the thing. She's so diminutive in stature. There is nothing about this actress that screams that she's foreboding or formidable or even this. If she wouldn't have had an entire entourage to take Joel down,
Yeah.
or, the element of surprise, it never would have went this way. We know that Joel is a survivor. It honestly felt like he relinquished that. It was like he was kind of done. I felt that in the scene. But as far as these little sycophants and weirdos who are just like, I think you're wrong, but no, just do what I said. Like, girl, who the hell are you? And this weak vendetta, like that's the one. No, I would say. I don't know about her relationship with her damn daddy. And I don't know who her damn daddy really was, because you're doing experimentation on someone and literally going to kill them, but you're mad that somebody takes him out. Was Joel wrong? Hell yeah. He annihilated everyone in his path, but it was all about his child. So it'll forever be justified. This 5-year excursion would have gotten the vengeance all out of me. I'm tired. I'm done. And furthermore, when he saved your ragged ass life, here's the thing. She's terrible. There's nothing redeeming about her. I feel no compassion when damn Ellie picks off each of their fingernails one by one. I'll be sitting here with a bowl of ice cream, enjoying and savoring every minute of it. I think the squad is weak. I think she's weak. She has no character. There's nothing about her. There's no layer or nuance. I can deal with a villain with some heart. But this is just so one-sided. Just, you have a whole apocalypse going on outside with the damn clickers, the infected, and all you can still worry about is revenge. I feel like it's weak. I feel like she's weak sauce. I hate everything about her. I can't wait to see her die, Tyra. Can't wait.
Well, I don't know what they're going to give us in the show relating to her character, but from what I've seen from certain, nitpicking things with the game, this is pretty accurate as to how things were executed. I don't know if she's this weak-willed or, buff or not. What is like the magnitude of her character, her aura? Is it commanding? Is it, well, if she says something, I'm gonna jump? Because that's exactly what's happening here. And they're just so like squeamish. Like, get over there and do it. I'm gonna knock her in the head. It's like, oh, okay. I'm like, what? Everybody's just there. Their heads are bowed. They're low. They're like squeamish. And I'm like, who the hell is she? Did she prove something? I am up to thinking that we're going to get some backing or something with her for us to have everybody kind of be submissive towards her, other than, because at first it gave, well, we're all friends, and if you have a vendetta, we do. And not just that, but we're, fellow Fireflies once upon a time. We need to avenge our people. This isn't okay. And now it's just giving like, well, we're following orders because Abby said so. And it's like, who the hell is Abby? And what presence is she giving to command any of this? Like, it didn't work for me at all. She has no commanding anything.
No, and she's a dummy.
Girl, let's go. Cause girl, if they could have just trampled her and killed her outside, we wouldn't even have to be here.
I said, there go Joel trying to be Captain Save a Hoe. Let the hoe die.
But before we get into Captain Save a Hole, we have unresolved issues and things never said. Now we have Ellie here getting up, and the way we was calling this man Seth last episode, that is not his name.
Glenn. What's his name?
No, his name is Jesse.
Oh, girl, whatever. They didn't say it. They didn't
got misconstrued on my part finding names, and I got the name, I think, of the character who called up, did the little bigotry situation and the derogatory F word last episode. His name is Seth. This is Jesse. Okay. But, Jesse's rolling up, and girl, get out of bed. We have stuff to do. Meanwhile, she's trying to apologize. Like, I low-key don't really care about you and Dina, none of that. Like, I like to be on time. I'm prompt. And all of this preparation is coming because, posts are maybe not looking like what they once were. A lot of the infected are kind of popping out more than they should. We need to take precaution. And of course, you have Ellie and a lot of the town folk, they're just in pure disbelief. But aside from that, with this conversation, and she's like, leave me alone. Stop trying to pry and see what's up with me and Joel. Joel and I are just that. At the end of the day, we're fine. Are we in the best place now? But in a sense, Ellie is speaking like, whatever we're going through, it'll pass. We have nothing but time. Like, just leave us alone. And we know that that's not the case here. How did you feel about just how we're leaving things unresolved? There's absolutely no closure. We ended off on that raggedy note of you cussing Joel out last episode for trying to step in and help you. And then, when we wanted to get there, well, you can't team up with Joel. Even if you wanted to, he's out with Dina already. He wanted you to rest.
Yeah. So, I mean, in the beginning, because this is the beginning of the episode, and I was hopeful. When she was like, at the end of the day, I'm going to be Ellie, Joel's going to be Joel, and we're going to be who we are to each other. And I think it's kind of like what's known doesn't need to be communicated. Like, we know what it is. And I believe in my heart of heart that Joel knew Ellie loved him. Damn it, I hate it was so unresolved, and we didn't get that moment of reconciliation. I think at this point, Ellie was over it because she wanted to ride out with Joel that morning. So I think there was this desire just to put it to bed and get back on good terms because she knew no one's ever done what Joel did for me. And I feel the same way. Ellie gave Joel new life, right? So we knew that they forever were going to have this bond no matter the ups and downs. But this was a crappy damn way, and she's got to watch him bleed out and die in the middle of she's actually got to watch the death blow, knowing like I've been carrying all of this animus and anger towards him and acting out. That was heartbreaking. What pissed me off though about this scene, which otherwise would have been just fine, I would have been fine with it, is I know I kissed your girl last night, but girl, ain't nobody worrying about Dina. Damn it. He said, I don't give a damn. Like, this is what Dina does. Like, no one's worried about her. I said, I could have gone without that whole, let's address the elephant in the room.
These things are in the game. These things are in the game.
I get it, honey. I get it. But girl, let it go.
All the way down to the dialogue and her coming to the door like, what? Well, it low-key was foul how you did that. Like, I like their banter, but I'm looking forward to seeing Jesse's character grow. I don't know what he does in the game, but in the wake of losing characters like Joel, I'm like, y'all need to scruff up everybody you can, because I don't know what I'm going to do now.
Well, she says to him, she's like, we all know you're going to run the town someday. So it seems like he's being groomed to be this leader. He's already the little, scout leader when they go out on their little missions. So clearly he's being groomed to take some sort of leadership position. Yeah. Maybe sooner than we think, now that Joel's out of the picture. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, girl. Joel, girl, half the town is gone. It's, a whole lot going on. I think a whole lot is going to be really, really different. But I would hate to be Ellie. And the last thing I ever said to you was, what is wrong with you? Leave me alone. I don't need your help. Like, that's the last thing you said to Joel. It's heartbreaking. Oh, man. But leaving, old Jesse. Hope to see you, Let me stop. How old is Jesse?
He grown.
Oh, Lord. Getting here. We knew what was coming last episode, we were like, we're not gonna have no time to really cook in this town. But they did what they could with the little time that they had in this episode. I just love how chummy everybody is. Like, all right, it's a little protocol, safety precautions. Nothing's really gonna happen. But if it does, you go here and you guys don't go to the woods and, lock down. Let's just wait it out. Assume your positions. And that's just all of this, things being spewed out that they really don't think are going to come into fruition, because for however many years we have been absolutely safe. Why would anybody get beyond those barriers? And if they do, we have things in place. We're going to be okay. Nothing's really going to happen. Meanwhile, we know that. And we even see that they're so eager to continue on with the way things are going in the town, because we have Seth, who has some choice words for Ellie kissing at the function. Got a sandwich here. I shouldn't have said that. It's steak. Yeah, I shouldn't even thought that. I'm sorry. And it's like, yeah, we need the camaraderie. We need the community. All we have is each other in this town. We needed to be positive here. But it really broke my heart to see Uncle Tommy standing up there like, yeah, like he was, hey, cutie, what happens if there's a breach? Where do you go? Like, into the woods? Like, hell no, you don't go in the woods, baby. You get in the basement. You lock it down. Like, but how did you feel just knowing like all of this that they have built for however long is just literally about to go down the drain?
Well, I was actually very impressed. I was very impressed with their ability to rally and get information so quickly. I love
Yeah.
that they have infrastructure and like logistical setups of how they were going to do it. And thank God it turned out to be enough. But I'm like, they couldn't have taken any more. Like,
Yeah.
we couldn't have taken any more of those bloaters or whatever they're called. If we had gotten 2 or 3 more of those, it would have been a wrap. But I did like how quickly they were activated. I thought they were efficient, honey. They got them babies down there securely. But yeah, I mean, of course, it's sad to see all of this hard work that we never got to enjoy because we ain't see the 5 years of peace.
Yeah.
But that in the blink of an eye, it could all be, eradicated. What I think was interesting, and Bay had to point it out to me, those little fungi thing are like antennas.
Yeah.
And so that was how they got the call, because I was wondering why they switched
Why they all
paths
shift.
in the snow and
Yeah.
shifted. I was like, oh my Lord, Jesus. So we got to burn everything up, burn it all. Now, what I am interested in is what recovery is going to look like. What does rebuilding look after like such a catastrophic event? But I mean, people are going to get together, especially in times of trauma and chaos. They're going to rally and they'll get it back together. But it was a lot.
They were extremely active and impressive and really prepared. I like that they just weren't like, well, we're safe here and nothing's ever going to happen, so why do we ever need to prepare? It's just like the sanctity of, what this represented, because it's just 5 years according to, how long Joel and them have been there. Even prior to that, when we met Tommy, we had, years of security and safety then. So just to know, like, that sense of really having solidarity in where you're sleeping, eating, we are safe here. To know that can be snatched at any moment is really, really terrifying. Even if we can, regroup and rebuild after the loss, it's just like, Lord, we were okay for a while and now we're not.
We gotta regroup. And it's different because the creatures are evolving.
Yeah.
Like, they're so much faster, they're so much more intelligent. Like, yeah, it's a whole new ball game at this point.
Just really, really, Tommy was just so happy standing there. I was like, oh, Tommy, this ain't that. We knew what was coming. I didn't know it was going to come that heavy, but we knew something was going to happen. But prior to that, everything is everything. We do have Joel and Dina, as well as Jesse and Ellie, out on their side missions. But as far as they're concerned, we're not even in an uproar about any infected yet. The storm is kicking up a little more than we thought it should. Y'all might want to take cover. We haven't really heard back from Joel, at which we have Ellie and Jesse haul up in this 7-Eleven marijuana haven. Now, we do get to see some remains of, Fireflies, and we just have conversation there. But we also hear about Kevin McAllister's mama's husband one more time. But we're not saying exactly what happened and why. It's just like, oh, that soldier fought that good fight just to get back here, and Joel had to do what he had to do. It needed to be done. It was just so sad that he had to go out like that. And I'm like, okay, this clearly means something. In the grander scheme of things and what's really going on, you would think that would mean nothing, child. Like, we got bigger fish to fry, right about now. But they are evident about bringing that up, what do you think that means, and how did you feel about everybody just kind of being separate at this moment?
I think, of course, it doesn't make sense because when I guess they don't have weather reports. So how would they know? They're already out there on their mission, not knowing they're about to get inundated with all this snow and whatever. So I get it. I mean, I did have some trepidation that our guy knew exactly where to go. Like, oh, there's a spot over here. Let's feed the horses. Let's go into this weed shop. And I was like, okay, what are we doing? And we know Ellie's gonna grab a bag or two to take back home to the
Oh, we
settlement. But
need the
then
weed now. We need all the weed we can get.
but then we start talking about the Fireflies. Of course, she finds the medallion, and then we find out about Eugene a little bit. This was his place. He came here after he left the Fireflies. So I was really hoping we were going to get more insight into the Fireflies. We got bits and pieces that we can kind of put together. Abby said, in our training, we were taught never to, unalive someone who wasn't, equipped to fight back. But we saw a piece of the Fireflies before, and they were not noble. And so I'm really interested to know why Eugene left. Was it some sort of uprising that happened within the organization? What happened with that? And I think we are going to get some more insight. As much as I don't want to linger on Abby in them, I know we'll have to. As far as them getting split up, I mean, they had to do it. Right. This is what happened. So we had to do it. And then, of course, the walkie talkie's not working. I'm like, Lord, everything that can go wrong will. But baby, as soon as it came across, oh boy, couldn't even understand it. Ellie said, not Joel missing. Like, y'all not hearing back. OK, let me ready my steed and let me go out here and see about my daddy. Listen.
I was over there with Tommy. Girl, every 30 seconds, try it again. Every 2 minutes you call out to my brother. I need to know that he's safe. Like, oh, hey, Polly. Polly said, Pedro no más. Pedro no más. Pedro no más, Polly. It's really, really sad. Like, and I don't even think there's a bigger thing to know. Where we get into these Fireflies and them not being noble, we've seen how they move. Like, it's never any greater good. It's just like, whatever justifies our mission, and however we get there is how we get there, and whoever needs to be sacrificed, they can be sacrificed. It's never like any greater good, positive, well, we have a mission statement or rules that we follow. There was never really any of that. It's just, if it has to be done, it needs to be done and it's justified. But I think it's in the same vein of like maybe Joel, Tommy, even Ellie. The person on the opposite end always feels like their mission and their rhyme to their reason is justified. So where we're looking on the outside, girl, what Fireflies were you a part of to just really be rolling up with all this plex, feeling like we were good people? We would regardless of that, and you and your dad, and we already talking about this good doctor. How good was he? And how many people were we, doing this to before we even got to Ellie? How many people after? Like, what had to be sacrificed for you to even get to, okay, we need to get into the brain and we need to do that. And what if that didn't work and we just killed her? Like, we just, there's no up and down with it. Everybody's just having this massive gray area. But as far as they're concerned, we were on the right side of the law. Okay, sure you were. Sure you were. But I'll with the we keep bringing up Kevin McAllister's I'm gonna keep calling her that husband. I think that this isn't the last we've seen of Joel. I think we're going to see Joel in flashbacks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I saw it in the season, premiere when they flashed the season. He's in there a lot, so I'm sure we'll get moments about what happened over those 5 years.
Yeah, I think it's that. And I think, I don't know. I'm hoping it's just that. I'm like, is Ellie going to be hurting, walking around hallucinating and singing Joel? Like, is it going to be Ghost Joel through the thing? I don't know. I ain't played the game. It's just really going to be hurting. But leaving the weed and the remains of Fireflies, we get over here. Because, girl, stupidity should never prosper. Like, I'm convinced, like, the writers, like, are we really meant to like anybody? Like, we can't. Like, they want us to hate her. They have to. Like, you should have died, Heffa. The way that we have all of this wrath and this braggadocious, and I'm like, first of all, we could barely withstand the elements standing out there in our coat. in our boots with the fur and our gun, and we're shivering, and I'm really gonna go back inside because I can barely, last in these elements. But oh, there are some townsfolk on a horse. I can't even recognize who they are. But she let her motives be really, really clear, where they're thinking, well, you said we weren't gonna hurt anybody, but she's saying, well, if we, capture somebody and hold them captive, like, we can threaten to torture them to get information on where Joel is. And she's meaning these things, and they know that, but we're continuing to follow this idiot. But the way she handled herself here in the snow, the way she slid down that mountain just to slide even quicker, just to get on the weakest part of what looks to be snowy ice. And we in this whole burial ground. Like, first of all, it was epic the way they came up out that ground. I was like, oh my Lord, oh my God. It was so many of them. It was so many of them, but just how relentless she is. There's no like true, like real built-in design to the motive. It just comes off as stupid, frivolous, and I'm like, I guess it's supposed to, because when you have an agenda and you're just here for revenge, how smart are we gonna be? But she moved in every single way here for her to just die. She just happened to not to. What did you think about this hot mess?
I hated it. When she was sliding down there and her face was all red, I was like, just let her nose fall off. I was like, that would be so amazing. I would have loved to see her, all just her parts start falling off because of the hypothermia and being frozen to death. Of course, them raising up out of the snow was one of the best scenes of the episode. But yeah, I think the impulsivity makes her dumb. And again, as a fighter, as a soldier, I don't see the prowess. Like, I don't see that in her at all. And this did nothing to cement that for me. Like, if you guys are trying to tell me she is this war veteran assassin who's just so tough, it never gave that. Even when she's running from the clickers, I was like, what are we doing, girl? And you going, like, I just slow. Like, I hated everything about it. I wanted her to be ended right then. But of course, we wouldn't have the show, Tyra, if that had happened. But no, she seems vastly inadequate.
Yeah.
And just the fact that she keeps making it all feels like happenstance to me.
Yeah. And she was just really unequipped. And I'm like, is this her in the game? And y'all talking about she buff over there. She has to have some type of prowess to her. Here it's just like, oh, like she might as well have been running from a slasher in a horror movie. Like, you just happened to get away. Like, I would want to see the skills. Where are the skills?
You're not there.
Where are the skills for anybody to follow you anywhere? Like, you mean to tell me y'all been walking around for 5 years with you? You know what could be out there in the elements, whether it's the people we may come across, scavengers, all of these. You've been following her for 5 years and you made it. That wasn't nothing but the Lord. Because who is she protecting? It just came off really, really ridiculous. And I mean, and she's like, well, because she said in that scene, like, she's 19, it's been 5 years. So she's still young, but the way your mouth is going off, we would expect a little bit more tact when you're moving. But her sliding down and crawling, I'm falling, and the fence and the gate. If the gate wasn't there, I would have just absolutely died. Yeah, it's not giving big, strong, muscly, secure. Yeah, you should not only follow me, but fear me. I don't see it. It can't be her. It can't be her. Now, leaving, the stupidity that prospers. Oh, God. I knew it. I could feel it in my bones. I really didn't want him to save her. But you can feel it, because with the tactic and how she even ended up there and all of the fighting for her life, and who to roll up and save her but Joel. Joel lives to be, a savior of some sort. And I'm sure he looked at her and saw Adina, saw Ellie. I need to help her. Goes over there and saves her, throws her up on the noble steed, and just so happened, we take her to the little safe ground where we were before they were about to bust down the door. We have Dina down there. Joel! Shut up, Dina! Hey, Joel! Are we going to stay here, Joel? Dina, girl, we already don't like you, Dina. But she's yelling and instantly clicks in her mind, this is the Joel that I've been looking for. This is perfect. He's literally falling right into my hands. Where I was stating earlier, where I think I would have really liked to see, because everybody isn't, bronze, strong, and I'm using muscle. Some people are, smart, and they are, manipulative, and they can move in certain spaces and be calculated, where she may look like the innocent girl, and, because he kept calling her a kid, and when you least expect it, I can flip and use that to my advantage and trap you and kill you in the way that I wanted to in the first place. I would like to see some tactic in that way if it isn't going to be muscle, even though y'all said in the game she's buff as hell. We didn't even get that. Joel just literally rescues her and like, oh, okay, yeah, we need to get to safety. Yeah, I'm up there on the hill with my team. We can go up there. And she just has him. Like, why did it have to be so easy, Ashley?
Girl, as much big trash Joel talks about people like, oh no, get him away from me. No, we don't have room. No room in the inn. At the end of the day, he's got too big a heart, mother. Joel was going to save who he could save in the moment. And I agree. She definitely gave, Ellie, Dina, these young women, a damsel in distress that needs his assistance. I hated that for Joel. I mean, you can't be a captain and save your whole life, Joel. Let that hoe go. There were so many times she could have just died, and I was like, this would have been perfect, Joel, if you wouldn't have brought your blicky there and saved the day. My issue with Abby, she's not even good at Unhinged to me. Like, you're right. Even if she wasn't gonna be buff and brawn, like they're saying she should be, I was like, can we get like an egomaniacal, really dark and twisted, very intelligent though? And
Yeah.
she just has not delivered on
Nothing.
any of that for me. I've seen people give this woman accolades and say she's doing a great job in the role. I don't like her. I don't like it. I think she sucks as a villain, honestly. I feel like it's lazy. I feel like this episode or this portion of the episode was absolutely a means to an end. It happened too quickly. And I get it may have happened similarly in the game, but I really wish we could have gotten this spread out a little bit longer. But yeah, Dina's a liability. I'm really hoping we're gonna get some intrigue and some dynamic in her and Ellie's relationship. Because of course it was Dina that was with him. It was Dina who was incapacitated and couldn't help him. I'm hoping we get a little bit of friction there. That would satisfy me a little bit. But yeah, Joel just and then when he heard about, oh, y'all got guns, okay, I'm coming. We'll go there because my city's on fire, so anything I can do. It's true Joel fashion.
Joe heart breaks. Any young girl, especially young girl that he looks at, he's gonna always see his daughter that he feels like he never really protected. Even though we know how that ended, so I'm sure he looked at her. There's never going to be especially a young lady that he's going to walk by and go, well, F it. And Joe, he has his heart and exterior, but he knows what that town means. Even with everything going on and the heighten of all these infected, if you have guns and you can help me, we got to get back so I can fight and protect my people and protect our town. Like, we love Joe. I don't give a damn what nobody got to say about it, about what he did and how he did it. We freaking love Joel, okay? Go to the hot place. Let me read this.
And do.
Read this super chat. Thank you so much. I see Melanie. I was gonna film a video talking about this last night's episode, but I'm too in my feelings to speak coherently. I'm devastated. I'm devastated. This live is helping me deal. It was very sad. It was very, very sad. But what is not sad is the lovely 72 people that we have here in the live. We are really, really happy to have you here. Make sure that you guys are hitting that like button. I'm gonna give you a whole minute to do that, and then we're gonna come back and get into the infected of it all, because the way that they swarmed and popped out in this episode.
This ain't what you project. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. 60 minutes. I just wanna rock. I just wanna rock. Body yada yada. You surely got that body yada yada. Hit it once, no time. Set up, fuck, you gon' feel my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my side. Pick them sides, and you better choose wisely. That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, go up to 5. That's my heart. This ain't what you project. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. 60 minutes.
Oh, Uzi Bird. Little Uzi Bird, this is not what I want. This is not at all what I wanted, Uzi. This is not what I wanted. Spoken words. Like, I did not want this. Not at all, but this is where we are, and this is what we have. Let's see. We got another one. Let me scroll down, child. Oh, here we go. Let me read this before we get on into the next one. Thank you so much. I see Melody once again. Thank you so much. Let's see. Abby only gives first daughter energy, and that's it. I don't think the others even respect her. By the way, I love both of y'all. Oh, thank you, and I love all your content. Thank you so much. She, I was 19. I was like, shut up. I didn't care. Like, get out of my face, Abby. Like, I could believe it. If even if she was like, you know what, I really hated to see Joel go, but she gave one hell of a freaking performance. Like, I believed her. Like, I'm here for her. I'm not a person who's gonna steer away from a really good villain. Whether I hate you or not, if you're giving the villainy that I like, I'm gonna support you 10 toes down because it was just that great. I'm not getting that from her.
No, have to stay over there with apple cider vinegar. Go on back.
I'm not getting that from her. And I'm not sure who would have maybe needed to have been here for me to feel it, but I'm not. This was insane. This was insane. And which is interesting because from what I see for everything that we got in this episode, though things are tweaked, this whole situation, this never happened in the game. So this is something that they put together to, I think, appease the fans who were like, yeah, where are the infected? Because I don't feel like we got enough last season. The infected were here in full throttle, and we have this full on flame throwing, guns ablazing, breaking down walls. Once the bloated ones pop out, it's over. Get your big ass back. Get out of here. Where did you come from? Like, the moment we have the antennas pop up and, the fun guy and we were breaking the pipes and it moves because they're going, and it's just like, well, we're not breaking the barrier. We're fighting a good fight. I think we got them against the wall, and then they all turn. Mm-hmm. They all turn, and we have big back fun guy break through the side wall and infiltrate the town. Ashley, how did you feel about the way that this was executed and things literally going downhill?
Baby, incredible. I was like, there's no way. I said, it's over. I said, it's done. It's over. We've been breached. I said, everybody's gone. When they got to the roofs, I said, oh, Lord, Tara, you don't have enough ammunition. Tommy, you can't do it by yourself, baby. Like, and then Tommy's down there and the Jokers run. They leave him. I was like, what the hell? Take them out immediately. But no, this was epic. I was like, okay, there's so many of them. And Tyra, when we watch Game of Thrones, and we get to the White Walkers and the huge battle, you're gonna see the scope and span of it. This was incredible. I was like, look at all these extras, honey. It was something to see, spectacular. And like I said, I think they did a great job with fortifying the city. Even the wall is reminiscent of Game of Thrones, because that's where the Night's Watch is, and they stand on the wall and they can protect us from the White Walkers, right? So you kind of got all of those vibes, even when they have their strategic barrels of oil. We're going to set them on fire. Like, I loved how they had all of this infrastructure and plan, and how Tommy was at the helm. He was the MVP for Jackson. And really, it's because of him. Now, if y'all were here last week, I absolutely thought Tommy was on his way out. I thought he was going to be the one to go. And then, Tara and Joel were going to be into it. I had a whole theory, was absolutely wrong, because Tommy saved the day. He was the MVP last night, Tyra, but this was epic. Loved everything about it. Loved everything about these battles, these fight scenes, even the damn bloater. Because what do we got to do? We got to strap you. We got to get dynamite. You got to blow you up. Because
he had that sucker. He got to go. He got to go. Take him out immediately. If we literally have 3 bloaters roll up at once, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done. Like, it was so many of them. The way that they have been hibernating underground all this time, are kind of, in a sense, moving underground. We kind of get into that in the beginning of the episode when Jesse's talking, like, yeah, we thought it was these two, and they were kind of, following that, and then all of a sudden 30 of them just kind of popped out of nowhere from underneath. Like, it was strange. We've never seen that. No. The way that they are evolving is really, really scary.
Between this, what is it called? The Stalker, the bloater, the regular clickers, but even the regular clickers are getting faster. I felt like they had more intelligence because, you know, before when when Abby got caught and went up the thing, they would have been thrown off. But it was 2 seconds later, they were already on the other side. That is not typical even for the clickers that we saw in season 1. So, I mean,
it was World War Z. They were so quick. I thought they was gonna seal their wall. I said, I don't know what's happening here. What else did y'all learn? What else did y'all pick up in the past 5 years? Thank you so much, Dane, for the $2. Sad about Joel. Y'all should have played the game. Shut up, Dane. I am not a video game player. I'm gonna be sad regardless. Be quiet, Dane. I think this is probably sad for some of the gamers too, even though you see it coming. Like, you can't spend this much time with Pedro Joel for one season and then we just come here. It felt so abrupt, like something was snatched away from us. But as you were saying, Ashley, the way Tommy was holding it down,
MVP.
and that was the main one last episode when he told Ellie, like, fine, you can go on the route. I don't care what Joel said. I'm not gonna. I was like, stand up, Tommy. We ain't got time. You Uncle Tommy. You be an adult. He stood up. Having something that was like really, first of all, death to them two on the side with the flamethrowers who left them standing there. Because
immediately,
what you're not gonna do is run off.
That was crazy as hell. What?
When everybody getting into position, like, it's one thing to have a couple of clickers, but just like any other apocalypse or zombie fiasco, you can have a couple and live to fight to see the day. It's not really so what they are and what they're capable of or the bites. It's the sheer numbers. If they gather in numbers, you are in trouble. And it was so many of them. Child, when they got to the roof, I was like, when they started busting through the windows of the bread and the little bakery, I was like, we just had built that. We just got some sense of, we were just getting it together. Like, it's just really, really sad to see this ripped away, all these lives that were being, lost, all of this family and community that we cultivated to only have to turn around and, of course, shoot these people in the head because you're infected. Like,
yeah, that was cold-blooded. When the man is showing his bite and they're like, oh my gosh, like, ugh.
It was just so much, but Uncle Tommy and the rest of the town folks, they really stood like, we're gonna fight. We're not giving up without a fight, even though we're really, really outnumbered and we're losing a lot. We're not giving up what we built here just because you and this big ass bloater and these clickers come through here. I just thought it was everything, and I was so proud of Tommy because the standoff that Tommy had with that bloater, I didn't know where we were going. I was like, oh shit. I don't know what's gonna happen. Is Tommy gonna make it? Is he gonna make it? It was very, very intense. This in contrast with how slow and mellow it was over there for Joel's side. And it's just like, we're inching up to it. It's hell on wheels over here. And then we'll get over there. And it's just like, okay, we're here. Oh, just let us warm you up. Yeah. Go help them. Yo, Heffa, Abby, go somewhere. But yeah, I was really, really hoping that we didn't break down any doors and really get at those people and those children who were hiding out, because the pressure was on and there was so many of them. I really didn't know if anybody was going to really just make it out of here. I was unsure. It was touch and go for a second. Did you ever think like, okay, yeah, this is just done? Or did you think?
When they got to the roof, I knew it was over. I said, oh no, they didn't went up the steps. They're down there banging down the basement door until they unleashed the Kraken. Vic, you said it. They put them puppies, baby, them dogs went to work. I said, been out. I was like, can they be turned? Because they were getting busy. Like, they knew what to do. They understood the assignment fully, and did their big one. And I think that kind of is what leveled the playing field. If I can be honest, I was ready for Uncle Tommy to go. I felt it. I knew it. I said it, episode 1 review. I said, okay, Uncle Tommy's going to go. We're going to have dissension. Tara's going to blame Joel, or Joel's going to blame her. It's going to be messy, but Joel's going to live to fight another day. They subverted all of my expectations with this, because Tommy stood on big business and held everything down. Like I said, it gets no better. But yeah, I thought they were done for. When they got to the roof with Tara and she's sharp shooting and got a shoot
the way we just gonna call her Tara.
She'll forever be Tara. Whatever. What's her name on here? Maria? Whatever. It's Tara for me forever, for life. Okay. But no, I think he did an exceptional job, but I was hopeless. I said, bye, Jackson. I really thought it was over.
This is what told me, like, are we gonna kill Joel? Once we got here and the way that they were fighting and kind of going tit for tat, and he's like, no, come at me, don't go at my wife. Like, and there was just the way that Tommy was fighting. I was like, are we about to kill Joel? I know we're not about to Or I was like, we're going to get really close to maybe killing Joel, and he'll be incapacitated for a minute. Maybe we're going to do damage, and then he's going to get rescued. But are we trying to kill Joel? Because I really don't think Tommy and Maria are going anywhere with the way that they are fighting and sacrificing for each other. Because we're going to make it out of this. We have a family to protect as well as a town. I was. This had shook me. Once he like the bloater passed out on fire, I was like, child, we about to kill. We about to hurt Joe. I was like, not kill, because I was like, we're about to really do some damage on Joe because he's over there in the grips of Abby. But it was the sheer number of them. But I was like, with everybody kind of preoccupied with this, and of course we're not going to make it back. We're relying on Ellie to come through and do a big one. She's outnumbered, so maybe maybe Jesse will make something shake, and we can maybe we can do a distraction. Maybe some zombies will come in and. I was like counting all of the scenarios that weren't Joel dying because we couldn't possibly be losing Joel in episode 2.
Child, Lord.
It was a shock to my system, but here we are. Before we get into the actual death, we get into the high mighty speech of it all, which was also, which I said in the beginning, I was like, oh no, Heifer, you're going to get real close to killing Joel. You're going to be giving your high mighty speech, and he going to get rescued and live to fight another day, and then, you're going to have to try again. They said, no, Tyra. This isn't that, Tyra. Relax. It's not that. Calm down. But she said, yeah, she's going on and on and on. Yeah, you don't get to rush this because Joel is a man of few words. As we said in the beginning, Joel was giving, like, I always knew this day would come where I would have to kind of pay for all of the things I did even prior to me ever meeting Ellie, even doing what I thought was right. Yes, I did kill all those people in Salt Lake City, and hell, I'll do it again. I don't have a whole lot to say, but what you won't do is ramble on. Get it over with already. Do what you came here to do. I'm an old man. I'm tired. The reason I had for pushing forward was probably Tommy and Ellie and those things. But as far as myself, I've been kind of done with being here. And we know that because he has that scar that she was all mesmerized. You are kind of handsome. You're kind of, shut up, girl. Shut up. That scar, because once upon a time, he did try to take himself out. So it's always been that element there. But the way she was going on and everybody's looking on in fear, we're holding Dina at gunpoint, putting her to sleep. They're trembling, shaking in my patent leather boots. They're shaking. And she's just going on and on. Did you want Joel to really, like, I did what I felt was right, even though he knows he's going to die? Like, yes, I did kill your father, but he was going to kill Ellie, a child. Did you want him to really go into that, or were you satisfied with him going out the way he did?
No, I knew that Joel was resigned. I think everything that had happened, and like you said, he's been there on the brink before. Mm-hmm. Joel has had like the most terrible losses in his life. You know what I mean? He's lost so much, gained a new daughter, and then feels like she was slipping out of his grip as well. I think he was resigned to his fate. Now, what I will say, and what I found out today, is that in the video game, he kind of taunts Abby. I would have wanted to see more of that. It was more than just just go on and do it already. It was like, girl, ain't nobody got time for your monologue. Like, I'm not here for that. Go on, you know what I mean? I would have been here for that side of Joel coming out to kind of hasten the point a bit, because she's annoying as hell. This was all pomp and circumstance. Definitely, you mentioned in an earlier slide, all pride, all ego, all wanting to be big and bad, because it didn't require that. I too was like you. Soon as I found out Ellie was there and heard, I said, oh, it's over for y'all hoes. Like, it's done. Like, my girl is gonna come in and bust it down. So I too was like, oh, this is not the end. No. I said, and then she was playing with her food. You know how they say never play with your food or whatever, your captor. She didn't get it done. Everybody was warning her, like, Abby, just do it. Like, why are you playing around? So I just knew I knew my girl was finna go in there and bust it down. Nope. She got that damn 9-iron and went to work. Yeah, I could have done all without the talking. We don't need to hear that. And the handsome thing just pissed me off because, girl, shut the hell up. I don't need to hear that from you.
You should be proud of that. You are kind of handsome. You do kind of live up to that. Like, girl, die tonight.
Immediately.
I hated the talking. I hated the monologue. I hated the dragging out. But I guess, like she said, she was going to savor this moment and he needed to die slow. She really meant that. But it just made her look even less menacing. Because with what she was delivering, like, I'm going to give you one time to tell the truth, Joe. Where were you? Where
Girl,
did you last see the Fireflies? Like, girl, I'm not
doing this with you.
it's not giving that. Can we just please, can we get in this? It doesn't help that she's smaller and shorter in stature than everybody else. All to the women also who are surrounding her. It just looks like this little. And I knew Joel was dumb because we know, even Joel, old man, you should be in your 60s by now, huh? 60s or not, Joel on his toes before you shot him, he could have got you.
Oh, period.
He could have got you.
Yeah.
Even if he went out and y'all wanted to, he could have got you, hemmed you up, and all of this. Even though they was trying to use Dina over there as collateral. I don't know about it. Whatever. They were trying to do that and make fetch happen there. Joel could have got you, and he just chose not to because it was just like, this is my time. I'm tired anyway. Let's just do it. Matter of fact, you can shut the hell up. Just do what you came here to do, Heifer.
There's even a space. There's even a space of time where things kind of pause and there's a distraction and she's sitting right there and her blicky is right there.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew in my heart of hearts he was gonna reach and grab it. When he didn't, I said, "Oh, he's ready to go. Like he's done. Like this is it." Because it was right there. And old Joel would have been about that action. He would have at least made an attempt. So when he didn't do that, I absolutely knew it was done. It was done.
Oh, Joel, no, please. And I knew he did. And I was like, that's okay, Joel. We know what's going on with your mental space. We know that you was in therapy. It's okay. Ellie and Jesse, they're going to make something shake. And they're going to come in here and get you, Joel. Because it's not going to end like this. Not at the hand of this heifer. She's not even worthy. Like, it was just the kill. Like, the sheer scale of the kill. Even as like a goal, like this is the way I'm going out, Joel deserved better. This little heifer, this pipsqueak of nothing, I just wasn't ready for us to be here. I wasn't ready. Like when she came in, and they didn't know who Dina was. For all they knew, Dina could have been the girl that he was rescuing. They don't know. It could have been, for a second, I thought they were going to take her. It could have been her, but once again, this is just yet another, young teen here who's coming in, some random person from town. This is my family. No, Joel, like, don't hurt him. We get her all on the ground 55 different ways. We're hurting her. Like the Latina, whoever the hell he was, I don't know. He needs to die immediately because he had his beef. He was too eager to try to kill her and take her out. I'm sure he has another additional maybe backstory that we don't know to why he's so anxious to kill. And then you have the sensitive one like, no, let's just disarm her and put her on her back. Like, we don't need to kill anybody else. We came here for Joel, and that's all we ever needed to do. But when she stabs him and she says, "Get up, Joel," and he's like, well, before she stabs him, and you can see that, first of all, her and them little powder puff fists that she was putting on Joel and pounding like she was hitting.
That was so dumb. That was really dumb.
How is you cool? Get them little fists out of here. They tried that last episode with Ellie in that Jack and the Beanstalk that she was trying to get him in the park. Like, can y'all not girl boss this moment? Like, heifer, put them little fists away. But all of her frustrations, and she's suffering. I shot him in the knee. I hit the knee. I beat him with the golf club. And now that he's all the way down here, get up, Joel. Get up. And he tried to get up, Ashley. He tried to get up. He tried. Like, even in this moment, I'm always going to be, here for you and try. You want me to get up? I'm going to try to get up. And she stabbed him, Ashley. And they kicked Ellie in the goddamn gut. And she crawled over there and died. Girl, he just died, Ashley. He just died. What were you thinking when this happened?
I was not okay. The kids were not all right. I told you that. Because like I said, Ellie is not a humble person. Ellie is kind of, I'm going to cuss you out to the very end, had it been just about her.
Yeah.
But seeing her father figure down there, bloodied, battered, and beaten, she said, please, whatever, please. Like, I'm begging. Girl, when she begged, and that heifer grabbed the piece of that golf club and it fade to black, goes silent. I can't handle it. It's too much. It's too much emotion. It was too much devastation in that moment for me because Ellie's losing the only somebody in this world that loved her. She knew that was the only somebody that loved me.
Only somebody in this world who loved me.
And the crawl over, the lay on your body, let me cover you. Mm-hmm. I couldn't help. I just knew Ellie was in here to save the day. Now, I will say, uptight 90210 Latino guy they should have listened to him. When they said kill Ellie, they should
Oh
have done
yeah.
it, because now it's over for them for real. That was something they should have done. Yeah, he's a weird masochist guy. I don't know what his deal is yet. Like you said, we'll probably get more understanding. But yeah, that was the brightest idea he had all day. Take that heifer out, because it's up for you guys. When she finds y'all, when I see y'all on the street,
It's
Ellie
on
is gonna
site.
be like nothing we've ever seen before. She's gonna be like nothing we've ever seen before. There's not gonna be this heart of gold and all. It's going to be murder, 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 death, kill.
It's
That's
bodies, bodies, bodies. It's Franklin saying on all y'all. It's up for every single last one of you.
everybody.
Like, and just the screaming and the like when she
Just
said please. I will say, you guys can say what you want about her not looking, or this isn't what you conceived when you thought about Ellie's character. Bella did a great job here.
did.
I really felt her in this scene, and her crawling on her belly to get over there, because I don't want you to die alone. Let me, be next to you for the last few moments that I can. And as if, the Fireflies couldn't learn from the last experience, the only reason that you guys are here and even in Joel's space is because he left 2 nurses alive.
Yeah.
Kill everybody in the room.
Next time, do it. That was his mistake. And the only solace I get out of this, Tyra, the only solace that I even got out of this scene, as far as the relationship and the piece of closure, is that he saw her fight for him and want him to live. And he got to hear those words. He got to hear those words as he left this earth. But damn it, I hate it, Tyra. I really do. I hate it really bad.
I did. I better not see her pounding her fist into anybody else ever again. Like that. Oh, this made me mad. Like, then they just panned out with him on the floor. I was like, this is just too much. But let's just leave here, because it's done. It's done, and we cannot go back. Joe is dead. I cannot believe it. I did not expect this. And I know it must sound ridiculous to the gamers. Like, really, like, are you? We're not gamers. But as we said, some of us anyway, a whole lot of us are standing, a lot of us are dead. But these two, Maria and Tommy, are still standing to fight another day. And I'm sure their son is safe also.
Mm-hmm.
Did you expect this? Did you expect at least one of them to die?
I thought Uncle Tommy was a goner. I thought Tara would be here for the long haul, because Tara, her character Maria, is a fighter. You can tell she's for the people. She's grassroots. She's a rider, clearly, because all about her husband. She was like, hold on, I got you. So yeah, I did not think that these were going to be our survivors, but I'm actually happy about it. I still feel as though Ellie will have a place to land. It's not going to be Joel, but I think she'll still have this connection to Joel through the brother. And so I'm happy about that. Even though I don't think that Ellie's going to stay here long, I think she's on her way on the vendetta mission. But yeah, I think they're now, for all intents and purposes, the new leaders of Jackson, and they'll be responsible for the rebuilding, the fortifying of it, and just to see how we move forward, because is Jackson going to be habitable now? We have to rebuild walls. We have to change infrastructure. We need to pull up all those pipes and burn all that crap out. Like, what is the rebuilding process going to look like?
A lot. It's going to take a lot of man hours and power, but at least a lot of them are still standing. But it was romantic that they, they still standing. Who's also still standing? These nincompoops.
Street urchins.
Even after all that she had done in this episode, everything that we got from Abby, I still don't believe her character.
Mm-mm. I don't either. I'm not following that heifer I'm not following her anywhere, Tyra. I'm not following her anywhere. And I don't know, all of these weak limp dick men piss me off, because why are you following her every move? No one challenges her. No one can put her in check. She's running all y'all because she's that big and bad. She's that girl. No, it never gave that. It never gave that. And this raggedy mulatto, I'm going to call her, who is over there with Joe, he should have taken you out, ho. That's how I feel about that, because why are you here listening to her and you could see in moments that were like, okay, I have this glee, and then in other moments she's wrong, but you don't even stand up to her, sis. That pissed me off, because what are we doing here? We're just following Abby blindly.
There's something we don't know about their dynamic or Abby. There has to be some reasoning behind we will blindly follow her, even what seems like to the detriment of our own life, because What if she had said, no, I don't want to turn back? We 5 years, y'all just want to turn back now? No, we're going to infiltrate this town.
You go
Y'all
by
was going,
yourself.
oh, okay, well, since Abby said it, we're going to go. Like, excuse me?
How would she
But
be going by herself? No, I'm not going anywhere with you.
they're all still here intact, though. You see how she walked, like looking to the camera, like, I did what I came here to do. Oh, you're going to die slow, and I can't
Yep.
wait to see
I
it.
can't
I don't
wait.
know if she is. She might be living a long time in that game for all we know. I don't know, but I hope you die slowly.
Ellie's gonna get her. I don't know. I don't know when. I don't know how. But Ellie's going to live to take her out. And I cannot wait. I want to see each of these one by one be taken out.
And it was the pain on their faces. It was happening. Like, oh, like if you were so problematic, why are you here being complacent and being a part of it? But
I don't care that much. That's what I'm saying. It's just false indignity, false, abhorrence to the situation. Y'all aren't traumatized because y'all probably have done worser missions. Like, I just really feel like there's something nefarious about the Fireflies other than what we've saw first season. I think there's more to it. I am interested in finding out more of the background a little bit before Ellie takes them out, but let's get to that.
Well, the Fireflies are no more. What we do at least get from Dina and why she needed to be there, other than to give away Joe's identity immediately, was to see that I guess that aid bag and see the symbol on there and who they are, so we can have something to follow to track them.
What is it, WLF now? But it's still the Fireflies for all
Yeah,
intents and purposes,
yeah.
right? They're just the leftovers.
Yeah.
What is it? WLF? What are the
Something
letters?
like that, child. I
Okay.
didn't give to it. Was a wolf on it. I didn't give too much for it. I'm sure they wanted us to identify the symbol for when we see it later, and hopefully we meet Jeffrey Wright and get into what's really going on. Because were you guys here for her this dummy mission? Y'all just let her go. This was normal, but getting here, like, where do we go from here? Everything is on Ellie's shoulders. Not even just the character, but the actress. Pedro carried so much in this show.
He did.
He had such a presence, and for so long, until Ellie grew on me, I was here for Pedro before I was ever here for Ellie. So now that he's gone, it's like everything is on her shoulders to carry the show, to carry the vengeance. She is going to be who we're following from now on, and I'm scared. I don't have 100% faith that she can, because not only do we have to follow her and believe it, but she has to have a big transition in her character to really give. We wouldn't want her to give Abby 2.0. We really need a shift in her to really believe that she can carry this out on her own. So much has just been myself and Joel, and through anything, we're going to survive. And if I'm in any type of circumstance, Joel is going to pop up and save the day, and vice versa. We have each other's back. What does it look like with her just out there by herself, or with the likes of Dina, or with Jesse, or whoever she, gathers to avenge or seek out these wolves? What does the show look like without Pedro?
I don't think we're gonna find that much out. I think there's still gonna be a lot of Pedro.
Yeah.
Whether it's like you said in a dream sequence, hallucinations, or flashbacks, I think we'll definitely get him. And I think we're really going to be introduced to some super strong characters as the story progresses. I think throughout her journeys and going through, we're gonna meet people, because let's face it, Dina is not gonna carry. Dina's not going to carry. Ellie, I'm 50-50 with. We saw some brilliant moments from Bella Ramsey in season 1. We saw some brilliant moments in last night's episode from Bella Ramsey. I think that she's fully capable, but she will need a strong support. Like I said, I don't think this is going to be the end that we'll see Pedro Pascal in the series, so that'll carry. And like I said, I'm hoping with the introduction of Jeffrey Wright and some of these other faces we're going to see, there's going to be some strong support for her character. But no, I'm trusting the writers at this point. If they can have me going from hating Ellie in episode 1 to now I'm like, oh, Ellie's my baby again. Like, girl, we got this. Like, they can do anything, Tyra. They got this.
Nope. We love her again. We need you. We need you to stand up. We're gonna be okay, Ellie. We're gonna get through this. Yeah, I'm curious, and yeah, I'm gonna believe in those flashbacks, and even not just that presence is gonna be there, pushing her to persevere as far as reasoning. And then we're gonna have that guitar, like you said, with that moth. I didn't notice until watching that other episode later that she also, like, in the midst of that plant or a flower or whatever she has tattooed over those bites, there's a moth there as well, and we have it on the guitar. And that's where I'm saying, like, that was the last of the last as far as what their encounter was at the function. It wasn't. We did have that other moment with the guitar where he was like, oh, let me, tune it up and fix those strings for you. And that Moth is also there. So I think she'll have that connection with Joel. Maybe we'll see her practicing or playing on it and just really getting into why she needs to get it back in blood, because y'all took something away from me.
Yeah.
This is gonna be so hard.
Oh,
it's gonna be so hard, but closing it up now, Ashley, what are your predictions for the next episode?
So we got to put Joel to rest. We got to put him to rest. So I think there will be a small moment, just to remember him, to bury him, to have a service. And then I think Ellie embarks on her journey. I think she says her goodbyes to Jackson, the place she's made home. I think she's got to put that to bed, and she's got to be on a mission. I think we'll really see her exercise this grief. I think it'll be immediate. You know how some people hold grief in for a long time and it comes out in spurts or in waves. I think we're going to get a fullness of emotion and grief next episode. And then I think she'll suppress to accomplish whatever mission she's going to. But I think it's just going to lay the framework for the rest of the season and how she's going to be moving going forward.
Yeah. Because via the gamers, Ellie becomes a whole cold-blooded killer. So
Good.
That's what the gamer said over there in them gamer streets.
I'm ready.
I too, I'm looking forward to Tommy's resolve with his brother's passing, as well as Ellie, and of course, I don't think it's gonna last as long as we think. I think in that same episode, it's gonna be like, okay, yeah, it's time to get to it. Yeah, well, what all do you know, Dina? Where do we need to go? Where do we start first, and who's coming with me? And we'll probably end off the next episode with them embarking on where we're going. I think it'll be interesting to see who comes with her. So far, I think it will be Dina and Jesse. But I don't know. I don't know who else would, because we didn't meet, too many people aside from them. And I'm sure a lot of people will feel like, it's a dummy mission, don't go there. I don't see Tommy or Maria risking their positioning or leaving the town, in disarray to go off on this, vengeance mission. I really see them sneaking off, because I see him like, no, like, I really need to keep everybody safe now. Like, you can't be out there alone. It's one thing to be out there, but now, we've lost Joe. Haven't we lost enough? Like, let's just stay and stick here. You still have family. I think she gonna sneak off.
I don't know. I feel like Tommy's going to have to be talked down off the ledge all about his brother. I do. I think he's going to have a momentary rush of like, I need vengeance. Like, this is not okay. Like, y'all can handle this. I think cool heads will prevail though. And she might have to get a special dispensation to leave. But yeah, I actually think he'll want to go.
We'll see. Because the way he was fighting, like, what you're not going to do, blubber butt bloaty, is roll up on Maria. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. I'm not gonna let you do that. It's just from the moment that we've met this version of Tommy in last season, he was more so family oriented, and now that I have Maria, my wife, and my son, I just don't see him. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I swear I see her like, oh yeah, okay, I'm cool, I'm calm. Like, yeah, good night. I see y'all in the morning. All right, rally the troops. We're sneaking out of this joint. We're getting out of here. Get a couple of horses. Get, some food and any ammo that we might need. But we're going to get it back in blood. But y'all, that was the episode.
We have a super from A. We have a super chat.
We do. I swear. Thank you so much, A, for the $4.99. Ellie is good and Bella Ramsey is great, but Pedro brought gravitas.
He did.
We both somebody he
did. And Will, though. And like I said, I don't think that's the last we see him. I think we'll see him quite a bit.
But it's gonna be all in like, remember that time, and like it's gonna be all, in memory, or like the time that I think we're going to get into maybe things that transpired in those 5 years that we didn't see, and things that they shared, or like positive moments and her reflecting. It's not going to be like Joel in real time. Yeah. Thank you so much, A, for the $4.99. Now before we get out of here and tell you guys what we have coming up tomorrow, do know that Sunday, every other Sunday at this point, we have our Sunday binge, where we have a movie marathon that is funded by you guys for whatever your heart desires to give, as long as we meet our quota. And we watch movie themes. This is this week's theme. If you are willing to be a part of that and you want to watch these movies, the links and all of these things are already up, so you can go and cut the notifications on for it and join us Sunday afternoon. These are the choices, and we are going to be right back and tell you where you need to be tomorrow to participate with us.
You play this girl a love song. She really needs to hear this freaking love song.
Beg from the book
line. Kind of hard, I can tell the things ain't right on the home front. Beg from the book line. Needs as a G like me to beat it, beat it, beat it, like beat it, 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 like beat it, 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 like beat it, 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 like beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it. What she really needs as a G like beat it, beat it, beat it, first thing, 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 beat it, beat it, beat it, first thing. What she really needs as a G like beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it, like beat it, beat it, beat it, like beat it, beat it, beat it, like beat it, beat it, beat as a G like beat it, beat it, beat it, like beat it, beat it, beat it, beat like beat it, beat it, beat it, beat. She really needs as a G like beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it, like beat it, beat it, beat it.
Pretty Ricky. Ash is like, oh gosh. But as you can see, it is a horror affair. Not just a horror affair, but a horror with heart. Horror where we get some empathy for these characters because it's just that deep. If you want to be a part of that Sunday, be sure to get those notifications on to join us. Ashley, you want to tell the people what we have coming up tomorrow?
Tomorrow, The Wire. Hopefully, we'll be finishing season 2 of The Wire. You know, this is me and Tyra's first time watching. So make sure you are there for that. On Wednesday, we are watching and live reacting to Black Mirror, the most recent season, episodes 3 and 4. And on Thursday, y'all know we talk Good American Family. And at this point, Fridays are for reality. So just make sure that you're subscribed, have the notification bell hit so you don't miss a thing. And we will see y'all tomorrow.
We will. Everybody have a wonderful night. I'm going to leave you guys with the members only watch along for this Sunday. It is Ashley's turn, and this is what she picked. If you want to be a part of that, be sure to become a member of the Sweet Peas or the Struggle. Okay? We will see you guys tomorrow for The Wire, and everybody have a good night. Good night.